Greetings everyone, and Grat here with another, I want to say Age of Empires. Advanced Wars, or Days of Ruin, Tiny Wars, replay. Small on top left side, or just the left side, is the red Grat. We got Roneval, probably butchered that name well enough. Small on the right side is the dark grave Tabitha. We got Vide. Either way, when it comes to the COs, of course, Grat is a custom CO. Her boarding cost is normal. Her CO expansion is a little bit lower, plus her CO power is cheaper as well. 50 rather than 60. Expansion is 2050 rather than 3060, so it is a bit more available early on. CO zone initial radius is 0, so it only affects itself initially, then does get small buff to relatively quickly. But of course, when you only have your CO zone unit buffed up, it does take a bit of time to get that 20 energy. And her CO zone does apply 10% offensive defense, normal, standard CO zone buff, but this is a key aspect. All units, including direct ones, get +1 max range, so a tank will strike at range of 2. Additionally, if you strike an enemy unit at a range of 2, they will not receive any retaliation damage. No CO power, and of course her superpower is that course globally, but +2 max range instead. Tabitha is the same as the cartridge, 30, 60, 60, 50, and of course her CO zone, which initially only affects herself, is +60, +60. Additionally, when she has a superpower, that is also Sturm's Meteor. Yeah, don't mess with her all too much. She's pretty good, also good from the cartridge, but not too terribly powerful. Overpowered, I should say. She's good. Not overpowered because her seal zone only affects herself, and you'd be surprised what she could get done with that, because she can turn any unit into a menace, including a duster. When it comes to this map, looks like it is a 3-base map. Of course, player 2 does start with a second infantry unit here. Goes probably could go straight for the infantry city or for the base. Remember as well, infantry units cost 1500, so you have enough funding for 2 infantry immediately. So sometimes a good idea to go for a city first, then the base, because you need funding to actually support that third base. Let's see. There's also, excuse me, airports side of the map. So it is 3 base, 1 airport map. Lots of cities in the middle of the map. Decent amount of forest to interrupt movement. Not a lot of roads, so recons have a bit of trouble. This is not Fog of War, so don't have to worry about scouting, but flares are still absurdly good for what they are supposed to do in anti-infantry role. And anything else to mention? We do also have a sea here. It's not traversable by foot troop. Rivers here, and a meteor there that you can clear out, which will help projection towards your opponent's HQ and attack it directly. So a lot of possibilities you can do with this map. Of course, there's no Fog of War, which means you can see what your opponent's planning doing. If you see an artillery piece shooting the meteor, you probably should start ready at an offensive direction, and a defensive towards that direction. Right now I'm pushing all my words, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to let the autoplay initially. I forgot that this CO does also have her own custom music. I'm going to let the game autoplay a little bit because there's an initial capturing zone. You do see the infantry going straight for the city. But I wonder, let's see. Say next turn you start capturing this one and then you start capturing the same turn. You would capture the 2 properties the same turn, right? So it actually may be worth it to send that initial infantry into the base because you will capture the property in the base the same turn. The more I look at it, I probably need to sit down and actually try and mess around with it, but there's actually a possibility where you probably could send that initial infantry unit to straight to the base, because by the time you of course get the base capture, you have also city capture, so you will start maintaining good production for it. Bike deployed in the field. Red's just now starting to capture the city as well. That's interesting. He's a little bit late. Grat will probably load herself up neither into her initial tank or battlecopter. Tabitha could go for a tank of battlecopter as well. Sorry, just one thing I want to check. I don't know why, I just want to check one thing. Sorry. Well, looks like Grat does push to the center map, trying to claim these two cities first. Of course, this one's wounded, and this one is not started capturing because it got the kill. Bikes pull on the field. This fully stops that capture. There's a tank there, that may be the Tabitha tank. Good strike there. Interrupts her own capture there to get the kill. Of course, got a bike here. No capture to interrupt at the moment. But the CO loaded Tabitha tank will probably help out that. Interrupts her own capture there as well. Trying to flip the property, which may interrupt her own capture once again. Take forward, ATR there. No CO loaded vehicle just yet. CO loaded battlecopter? Because that's, to me, screams like it'll be a menace. Yes. Interrupts on capture right now. Tabitha is behind by one property at the moment. That can easily change. Clean up those units. Anti-air heading to the center of the map. How effective is a range battlecopter versus anti-air? It would be a free shot. How much damage would that do? I can let the autoplay still. Tank up here. Tabitha has not loaded herself up into anything just yet. You'll also be surprised how lethal Tabitha Duster is. Nuking infantry and battlecopters. CO tank here, or CO battlecopter, just edging forward. Got a mech down here. Remember as well, this is sea, so both mechs, of course, are able to move across rivers with all that heavy equipment, no problem. Tabitha's tank's now up here. Another tank there. Anti-air push forward. Let's pause for a moment. I'm curious about this. Only deal 10% damage, so not great. Is the comm towers... Were there comm towers even on this map? There was no comm towers, was there? Okay. So no way to break it even further. Pulls back the battlecopter, moving up north. I wonder how much or little damage she would do versus Tabitha's command tank. And this ATR is just sole job is to threaten Grat directly. Very nice. Sure, it could push forward, get an infantry kill, but that's not his job. His job is to take out the battlecopter, and that's his only job. Artillery piece down south. That's interesting. And the more I look at it, it's like this area is pretty wide open. It's going to be difficult to get a good spot for a artillery piece. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Sure, when Scar pushing towards these mountains does have a bit of coverage there, and maybe lock down some bridges, but right now it feels a little bit not super great. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Grat does pull back her battlecopter. The anti-air could probably just maybe put the anti-air right here, and I just be apply pressure that way. Oh no, now there's a tank there. So maybe not. Tabitha's tank is, however, in range, so she herself can protect the anti-air, which used to protect herself. Help me, help you. Interrupts the capture there. Yeah, I think Tabitha should just take this shot. Capture some various properties, a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and slow down the game. Don't let the autoplay. I'm going to manually play stuff from now on to keep an eye. Tabitha does have a good amount of infantry here. Both sides not being hyper aggressive. Got the front line being established. It's right now being established more in favor of Tabitha. Edging a little bit past the halfway mark, which includes a lot of properties in this 2-tile center line. But she does pull back command tank. Does get the sister property there at 23,000 versus 17. This is a massive benefit. We'll get one property capture there, and no, two. But she'll still be behind by 4,000, which is a significant amount. There are more properties up here for the claim. These number of tanks. One thing Tabitha can do to pursue this battlecopter is to build a duster. There's no threat to a duster if she were to deploy one in the field. Of course, it will probably respond out with an anti-air, but the duster can still go around flying, strafing infantry units. I think those people should use dusters a little bit more often, though it is a bit more expensive, of course. Wait, need to do it in this airport. There we go. Costing 1,300 as opposed to 900, and on the gauge the cheaper infantry units, which makes it a little less cost-effective. But she could just start strafing infantry units as well, trying to pursue the battlecopter. Nice little wall there, another tank. That tank is in range of the artillery piece. This is... It's also a mech there. Tabitha annihilates that bike. Also denies this capture up here. Try to flip it, threatening right there, forcing Grat to respond to this. Grat can't move up there to engage Tabitha directly. Anti-air push up here. Going to keep the tanks nearby the anti-air as well. Battlecopter, anti-air, tank, and a base skip. She's out of money. And Tabitha's actually still capturing potentially one and flipping one, so she's going to have even bigger lead. But looks like Tabitha did not retaliate against the artillery piece, as I thought she would. Strikes backline infantry unit. Sorry, it took me a moment to remember. Oh yeah, +1 range. Finish off that one, allowing her to wall break into the anti-air. Very good. Neutralizing, knocking out the anti-air. There is another anti-air there, but meteor. There's still a path this direction, a reasonable path. Now Tabitha does lack her anti-air, so she has two options: fall back, which may not be possible overall. You'll be ceding a lot of ground since the anti-air is well over a turn away. Or she can go incredibly aggressive forward, knock out the tanks, allowing the keep the anti-air safe to push forward. She still can at least get some minor damage in the battlecopter right now. Even a little bit of damage will go a long way. Tank. Yeah, I think Tabitha should just be hyper aggressive now. In fact, possibly she could do is send infantry towards the HQ. Threaten the HQ could be very good. At least get them out of the way, allow the tanks to engage the tanks. But I think Tabitha's in a still decent position. This move forward is still push forward to help protect the tanks that they would attack this region, I think. Oh, no, she is going to go towards the HQ, but not with a tank as well. There's a strike. I wonder as well. Nah, never mind. Good strike there. Yeah, clear difference between the two. Gets a bit of damage there. 2 damage does make a difference. Finish off that one. Infantry finish off that one. finish off that tank. Leaving one tank versus all of these is not looking good for Grat up here. The 2 health anti-air is not a massive threat. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grat could move the battlecopter here and strike Tabitha directly. I don't know if it's good to attack her directly or take out one of the tanks. The anti-air does provide good coverage, but not full coverage right now. She's heading down south. Yeah, overall it feels like Tabitha's playing this game very well. A single anti-air zoned out Grat's CO unit, CO battlecopter this entire game. Now thinking about it, it may have been better to have her load up on a tank rather than battlecopter. Because you don't have a hard counter like that. Yeah, so it may have been better to actually load them to a tank rather than battlecopter. I'm pretty sure these are two highly skilled players. I think one of these players in 2000 ELO battle rating, whatever this game calls it. Yeah, this is a very high level game. And we do have Grat does go ahead and resign. As I mentioned beforehand, this entire game she was zoned out by a single anti-air. Yeah, at this point in time, the more I look at Grat, her capabilities seem very enticing. But it looks like battlecopters are not the way to go, so if you're having trouble fighting against Grat, and she loads up to a battlecopter, have an anti-air just shadow her. Tell her, if you attack, you're dead. So yeah, that's interesting. Hope this teaches everybody something. This entire game, I think, was won by this single anti-air. And I'm not even joking about that. This and Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.